The Sign of the Times, episode 685 from this undisclosed door. An undisclosed door. We can only presume that QT Volk's favorite band was The Doors. We'd have to presume that. QT Volk's probably his all-time favorite song ever in his lifetime is L.A. Woman. We're going to presume that. I'll have to confirm it. For the people that love the snaps, Chicken Bob and Chicken Ron, I'm sure also love the Doors. They probably listen to all the albums. A JB Moonshine shirt. If you see JB and he's not got a flat tire in Chehalis, you could buy some of those from him. He'd love to sell you a shirt or 2 or 6 or 7. That's how he makes his living. Current book I'm about to start reading, I will get started very soon on this, Sitting Ringside, Volume 1, by David Penzer, the ring announcer from TNA and formerly WCW. No longer with TNA, but he was there for a long, long time. David Penzer, former guest of Turnbuckle Turmoil, in fact. Demon and Bunny coffee, it's a delicious, delicious coffee. Pamphlet for the Sign of the Times, a Point Defiant Zoo one. Book I got for QT out of a little free library. Oh, you can't get to heaven wearing high-heeled shoes because you'll make St. Peter start singing the blues by Caroline Morrison. That's Caroline Morrison. QT's going to love this. He's probably going to flip right to page 191 and start reading, How do you keep your spirits up, not knowing when the bad might upstage the good? You keep your sense of humor and make a list of hits and misses. That's what he's going to read. He's going to love it. The X, where you can follow me, but not literally, much like Stompin' Steve does, much like Karn Alexander does. But they don't do it literally. Stompin' Steve's not behind this door saying, I remember back when I flew abroad halfway across the country to win me the HPW heavyweight title. You don't hear Karn Alexander back there, like, asking people if they want to go see him poke someone in the eye. Facebook, Instagram, the YouTube, which you may be watching right about now. An older CAC program. Far more recent of a CAC program. Far more recent. Jakari Frost autograph photo. Jakari Frost, the Inclusion Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion. Autograph picture of Seymour Snot, proud member of the Gouge roster. Picture of the late Ken Hamlin throwing a rock through the McDonald's. He wishes he could throw a rock right through liver disease, I'm sure. Probably throwing all kinds of rocks at liver disease all around the world. But memorial show for old Ken Hamlin at Northwest Pro upcoming in the next couple of months. Keep an eye out for details. I got a picture of the late Kevin Sullivan. I'm sure he also hated liver disease. There's Paul Freakshine and John Lennon, formerly buddy pals. Then they had a fallout, a split, a parting of the ways. There's Paul and his sons, Old Thumbs Up Lainstein and JB Moonshine. There's Paul and his freak show. Paul and his niece, Casey Carlisle. Back when CaseyCarlisle.com was going strong, you could get pictures like that. She could sell you some of those. If you were old enough, some of those. Those were available. She probably sold a lot of those. Back before there was Ultimo Money, there was that. She could sell you those. QT's all-time favorite. Mr. Big's all-time favorite. The late Mr. Big. There she was. Large title belt right there. Whole wall of belts. A little bit angry. And other members of Team Bad Knees. Not a single solitary good knee in that entire bunch. Not one good knee there. Well, this week, it's a busy, busy week. Sunday, I had a meeting with Yvonne Siebert of Combat Pro Wrestling. There was some money in the boot. It slipped into her hand, and now Reese Maddox is in the Cascadian Championship match, a triple threat with Baboy and Marcus Erics. He sure is. And then on Monday, I'll be at the hospital waiting for someone to get some kidney stones removed. That'll be a day right there. I'll start reading the book that David Pinzer wrote. Maybe I'll finish the book. We'll see. Tuesday, not much going on. Next Wednesday, it'll be the last day of 2025. Thank Fez, what a horrible year that's been. Horrible year. You thought 2020 was bad. It was, but 2025 may have topped it. On Thursday, maybe I'll watch some old episodes of Soap to start the year. That was a great show. Katherine Hellman was on there. Billy Crystal was on there. Friday, I got to go to the airport, pick up the aforementioned Reese Maddox, then get him to Combat Pro Wrestling because he's got a match. He doesn't want to miss his own match. That'd be terrible. He's got a large window, so the airline should get him in plenty of time to SeaTac for his match. But to review from this undisclosed doors, where I'm wearing the God's Gift Jonathan Monroe t-shirt, Sunday, I went to see Yvonne and she accepted a bribe. People might say, hey, are you biased? Yes, I am. I'll take a bribe. I'll give a bribe. Try it. On Monday, I'll be waiting around at a hospital for some surgery to be complete reading David Pinzer's book. I'm sure it'll be very good. On Tuesday, not much. Wednesday, last year of 2025. Thursday, maybe I'll be watching some soap. I'm sure Kurt Fraser's watched every episode. He's probably confused at the end of every episode. Beast Barnett's probably explained it to him 35 times what happened in every episode. He's like, okay, here we go with the soap recap, and he'll run it down, and Kurt Fraser's like, I'm still confused. And that probably goes on for some time. On Friday, I got to pick up Reese Maddox, get him up to Combat Pro Wrestling, and get him there for the show. Maybe I'll do something on the show. Maybe I won't. It seems like I was sitting this one out. But that's okay, because Reese Maddox will take home the Cascadian Championship. He'll take it probably to Florida with him, and people will say, what's a Cascadian Championship? And he's like, have you never heard of the Cascade Mountains? And they'll say, no, we live in Florida. And they'll say, well, I'm the champion of the thing. That'll be what happens probably. Baboy will be beat. Marcus Erics will be like, if only I could remain the Cascadian champion, but I can't because I got beat. I'm sure it'll be well officiated by someone. Maybe special guest referee Dimitri. We'll see what happens there. Maybe Chicken Bob will referee. He's got a referee shirt. But pretty much episode 685.